Hello everyone, I'm Paul Harris alongside Dennis Brothers, and this is a production of New Perspectives Media. We are here on the campus of South Carolina State University, and we are joined by President W. Franklin Evans. How are you doing, sir?
I'm well, thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, too. First, I want to start off, you've been the interim president for a year and some change now. How's it been so far?
It will be a year in just a couple of weeks.
Oh, okay.
But I've been in the position for a little longer.
That's what I'm referring to.
It has been an interesting ride, let me say that. Very interesting. We've accomplished a whole lot in a little over a year, and still got some things to do, but we've made a significant difference for the university.
What are some of the accomplishments that you have made?
Well, one of the things that we pride ourselves on this past year is that we did have a balanced budget. We were able to come up with a balanced budget, and not just only come up with it, but maintain it throughout the whole year. So we made sure we did not spend more than we took in. And that budget was based on a reasonable and an appropriate targeted enrollment, which we were able to achieve in the fall. In fact, actually surpass the number that we wanted and maintain that enrollment over the spring. So those are great accomplishments as well. The other thing that we did this time last year, we had some SACS issues, about 9, and we were able to whittle that down really right now to about 2 that we're focused on and trying to show compliance. So those are some things that we were successful in. Of course, our students have been phenomenal despite the challenges. They continue to aspire and really to reach some of their goals and accomplishments, and so that makes our job here easier, and we feel that we have a sense of accomplishment as well.
Dr. Evans, what are some of the challenges that you have faced being the interim president? Because I know it's difficult at times, and if you could share with us, what are some of the challenges that you have had to face here being at South Carolina State University?
I think in this role, one of the major challenges was a lack of trust and confidence in the institution. The legislators felt that way, but not only the legislators, alumni really had been disengaged, disassociated with the university. Giving had been down, and that's one of the other accomplishments. We set a target this year of $2 million, raising $2 million, and we've exceeded that to about 4.6. So that, and alumni giving not only has increased, but even alumni participation. And so we've seen alumni really coming back, getting re-engaged with the institution, and those have been wonderful dividends for us. But the confidence that the public had in us was certainly a challenge.
I'm Paul Harris alongside Dennis Brothers, and we are here with Interim President Dr. W. Franklin Evans. And Dr. Evans, just want to say you're doing a phenomenal job here at the university as well. You're doing a really great job. But what progress are you expecting from the university overall in the next year or two?
Well, one of the things that we have to do is redefine ourselves. We want to make sure that the product that we have at South Carolina State is one that is sustainable. And so we've got to look very carefully at what we're doing and do some things very differently. Because it's not just enough for us to survive, we've really got to thrive. And so we've got to turn around that whole phenomena of enrollment going down each year. We've got to turn that around so that we have students that want to come to South Carolina State, so that we can see our numbers improving. I'm told about 7-8 years ago, we were almost at 6,000 students, certainly 5,500. So for us now to be down at the 3,000 level is not good. And so we want to see that shift. We want to make sure we have the kinds of programs that students want to be involved in. We want to be a drawing card that we are students' first choice and not a second, third, or fourth choice. We also want to change the public perception of South Carolina State. There are some out there who still don't believe that HBCUs are relevant. And so we want to change that mindset and show them that South Carolina State is still an exemplary institution, and we want to make sure that we put ourselves heads above other institutions, not only in the state, because we're not just competing with institutions in the state, but other HBCUs and other institutions throughout America.
Dr. Evans, what have been some of the changes that you have made so far here being the interim president here at South Carolina State University?
One of the things that I did when we came on is that we tried to make sure that my administration, that we operated under transparency, that people knew what was going on, that we did not try to sugarcoat or hide anything, that we've been very good fiscal managers of our monies. This year has been a very tough year financially. We had to implement some furloughs. We actually had to, and in the past, we had a reduction in force with staff. This past year was the first time we implemented something called financial exigency, which afforded us the opportunity of having to separate some faculty members. And so that was a very big stand that we took to let faculty members go, some who were tenured. But to be honest with you, we had to make some significant changes, some drastic changes, so that we could show not only to SACS, but to the legislators, as well as to the alumni, that we're very serious about this. And in order for South Carolina State to remain, we had to really do some cutting, some right-sizing is the appropriate term that we were using, to right-size the university based on our enrollment, based on the appropriations that were coming from state. Those are some things that we had to do.
And you just mentioned alumni, and one thing with alumni is donations have increased by 23%.
Yes.
Why has that been?
Well, one of the things is, when I talk about transparency, letting alumni know the situation that we're in. When I mentioned I wasn't sugarcoating it, I needed alumni to know this is what's happening. I need you to come back and re-engage with the institution. You know, we can't sit here and expect someone else to do everything for us. We can't rely only on the state. We can't rely only on the federal government. And so people are wanting to know, what are your alums doing? You say South Carolina State is so great. You say South Carolina State has produced all these great individuals. Where are they? And so when I put that message out, alums answered. They responded in a very positive way by showing us, we are alums, we're proud of South Carolina State, we're going to give back. And so trying to also provide alumni with the assurance and the confidence that we're doing the right thing, and that we really and truly value them, and we're turning the ship around. And so when alums, that's been the message. And so I've gone to many of the alumni chapters, expressing to them the importance of being re-engaged, getting back active, giving back to the university, and that no amount is too small. And so we've had several campaigns throughout the year putting the message out. We've done some commercials, we've done videos, I've sent letters, and again, I've personally gone out to several alumni chapters to meet and greet individuals and to answer questions.
Very active as a president. You are, like I said, you're doing a great job, and you definitely have the support of the student body as well. One thing that a lot of people are curious about is they want to hire a permanent president by the end of the year. Will you be throwing your name in the box for running for president? That
is a question that I'm probably asked every day. Someone will ask that question. I will say this here, as of right now, the process does not exclude me. The fact that I've been serving as interim, in many cases, when you take on that role, you're told, be interim, but you cannot apply for the permanent position. Those stipulations do not apply to me, and so I do have the opportunity to apply. I've been working extremely hard to make sure we get things back on track, and so who knows, I probably will put my name in the hat.
Okay. Now I see so much things going on around the university. We're having a new bridge being constructed right now. I think I read in the paper where we'll probably get a health and wellness center. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but how excited are you about these changes with the university, especially when you came in as interim president and the university was looked down on so much?
I'm excited about some of the things that we've done and where we're going. You notice on campus, when people come on here, if they hadn't been in for a while, Brandon and Manning, those buildings that had been dilapidated, condemned, still on campus, not only an eyesore, but had created a hazard. If you walk by and a strong wind came, it might blow something to hit you. And so we were able to go ahead and to demolish those buildings. That's one of the things. And so now you've got this pretty greenery. I know there were alums who were upset and troubled because they lived there 50 and 30 years ago. But for the safety and well-being of the campus, that's one of the things that we did. You mentioned the bridge for those students who are over at University Village. As a safety measure, instead of them having to walk across the street,
Right.
that bridge is something that we're working on, and hopefully by August of this year it will be up, and students can safely get from the campus to University Village without having to go through traffic. That is another plus. We're looking at some other measures to repave the roads and streets among campus. We're even looking at ways of enhancing and the transportation center. That was a concept some years ago
Right.
that kind of fell by the wayside. We got only a one or two of those phases completed. Now we're moving and redesigning that plan so that the transportation center, we can realize it in a much greater sense than what we have right now.
What are some things that students can expect if they come to South Carolina State University?
You know, I still think that South Carolina State University provides a quality education. And we've got some of the best professors here and some phenomenal programs that are not only regionally accredited, several of our programs have specialized accreditation. Our School of Business is second to none. Our sciences, our music program, our teacher education program, all of those have specialized accreditation. And so if a student comes to South Carolina State, you can expect to get a quality education. The other thing is that we still offer that family type of environment. That when you come on campus, you've got people who really do care about you. Now, in any family, there are always going to be some issues. But overall, we still provide that kind of family atmosphere that we care about the students. The other thing is that we work hard in providing students with some other outside of the classroom opportunities and experiences, cultural experiences. This past year, we've had several people from outside to come in, such as we had Hillary Clinton, we had Cornel West, who came on campus. Of course, Magic Johnson has been here. And so students are exposed to, and not just those public figures that people see as celebrities, but we have an executive speaker series with our School of Business that brings in these executives who many are corporate executives from the Fortune 500 clubs who come in and share experiences with our students. Some are alums, others are not, but everyone that comes on campus has the opportunity to interact with our students. Our students glean valuable information from those speakers. And so that's one of the other things that students can engage in and get here at South Carolina State University. You know, we've got other extracurricular activities that students can get involved in. I know Orangeburg is not the ideal place for some people. They'll say nothing's going on, but there is a lot that's going on here on campus. Not only from the Greek life, but the student affairs does provide activities for our students to really be engaged in and to find their place in the sun here on campus.
Dr. Evans, I know you're pretty busy as being the president of the United, I'm about to say United States,
United States
University. But before we wrap up, give us a quick synopsis of this past 2015-2016 school year and going into next school year as well.
I think it has been a year of challenges. But I'm told that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And we've had some resilient people here at South Carolina State University. Dedicated faculty, dedicated and committed staff members, but our students, and I've got to say that despite the trials and tribulations, we've had students who came here and weathered the storm. They didn't get caught up in the hype of what media was saying.
Right.
They were committed to being here at South Carolina State, and with the many changes, all of them weren't great changes, but our students took it, they did what they needed to do. They showed a high level not only of maturity, but commitment to South Carolina State University. We are on the upswing because everybody has been working together. That we've not been in isolation where the administration is doing one thing, the faculty is over here complaining and griping about the staff, but everybody has come together to focus on South Carolina State being stronger, getting stronger, and doing everything in its power to get out of this ditch. The Board of Trustees, we've got a new set of board members who have been engaged in helping us to get out of the ditch. And that's what's happened. Everybody, all hands on deck, has been working towards seeing South Carolina State thrive.
Well, Dr. Evans, thank you for spending your time with us and allowing you into your beautiful office, by the way.
Yes, very
This thing is
beautiful.
extraordinary.
You are kind.
Thank you for joining us on New Perspectives Media. I'm Paul Harris alongside my partner, Dennis Brothers, and we are signing off from South Carolina State University. This has been a production of New Perspectives Media. Thank you for watching.
This has been a production of New Perspectives Media, a part of the People Station WOCS 93.7 FM, located at 1581 Russell Street, Orangeburg, South Carolina. New Perspectives Media is sponsored by Orangeburg Consolidated School District 5, Regional Medical Center, Jimmy Jones Toyota of Orangeburg, the Department of Public Utilities, and Nissan of Orangeburg. For more information about upcoming programming, tune into 93.7 FM, The People Station.